Brandon Perez here, aka LouisVTitan. I am the man behind this stream. I've been here since the beginning of the stream at 2 o'clock where things started. We went through round 1, we witnessed a little bit of round 2, and then we did a lot of waiting around for round 3 to start. But I am happy to say that round 3 is about to start, and we have a barn burner lined up for you guys. This is going to be Phenoms versus Stainers. That is respectively Trippy, Neptune, Bound, and Pistola versus Gilkey, Goofy, Demon D, and Rhonda. We got Why Not Be Reckless, aka my man Tony. Introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Good evening, good evening. So Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Cast, aka I'm kind of a freaking big deal. If you don't know, now you know. And this is the HCS unofficial Pro Series, but it's always official when me and you are involved, Louis. So you know,
yeah.
Let's call it the official unofficial broadcast.
We're officially unofficial. I think that'll do.
And like you alluded to before, my man, we have a slobber knocker right now. You have Phenoms, obviously a fan favorite. Most would probably say probably going to end up taking down this particular tournament. And then on the other side of things, wow, you have some veterans. You have Gilkey, Goofy, Demon D, and Randa. This is gonna be amazing. Let me tell you, this is not gonna be one of those lay down Larry series, guys. This is gonna be a fight, and I can't wait to see it. A brawl, if you will.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It looks like things are finally starting to start up, I should say. I'm gonna real quick fill us in on what we're playing here. This is once again round 3. Right now we're gonna start off with Team Phenoms with the viewpoints of Trippy and Neptune. But yeah, CTF Shrine. This is gonna be our first game out of 5. Slayer Warlord's going to be game 2, but since this game is starting off right now, we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to start off with Neptune because I think this guy is a very, very, very promising player. We've heard a lot of praise for him from Clutch and Nighty, and I think Tashi even also. Clearly a very young player, but skilled enough to already make a mark in the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Neptune's one of those young gun players. Lacks 0 skill right there with a huge snapshot across the map. My gosh, that was incredible by Neptune right there. Those are the kind of plays you should expect from a player of Neptune's caliber. He is going to sit there and quick scope, no scope, and just be a tough kill because he has a good shot and he's always in the right position as he controls this ring 2 side of things, Louis V.
Yeah, and clearly doing a good job staying alive. He's holding that power weapon and holding a good position and having teammates in front of him past that 50-yard line, and so really putting himself in a great position to succeed. But he is going to get taken out right there. It looks like Bound is going to take out Gilkey, and then Goofy taking out Bound. Very interesting stuff that we're seeing right now. We're going to go ahead and jump over to the blue team now and get on the point of view of Gilkey himself, one of the fan favorites from DreamHack Anaheim.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And DreamHack Atlanta too. I was actually there live at DreamHack Atlanta. Let me tell you, man. I don't know what happened. I was in the restroom. Gilkey went into the restroom. He just came out sniping. He washed his hands or something and just wants to use a magic soap because the man came out sniping and won DreamHack Atlanta. I saw it in front of my very eyes as he gets taken out right there by Ola Kadova, aka Pistola.
Yeah, my man Pistola, everybody loves him. Very, very well-known name, and if you're a Halo player, I mean, he's a household name. You've heard his name for over a decade now. The guy is not that old, but he did start very young, so clearly in a great position. He's a veteran, but he's still young enough, I think, to make a big splash in the scene, and so I'm excited to see how he does in this matchup right here.
That raises the question. It's very tough to gauge how old Pistola is. I'm kind of curious. He just has a young-looking face, but he has to be quite older now. Him along with Snipe Down and some other players, he's been competing for so long. As we hop on board here with Gilkey, working his way over towards the flag side of things, and this is again, it's going to be a brawl right now. No team is going to sit there and just try to be scrappy with this flag. They're going to try to wait to get them the best opportunities, those 2 downs, those 3 downs, and then pull the flag as efficient as possible. We're not going to see scrappy gameplay, guys. We're going to see very, very good and very good fundamental gameplay because that's what H2A brings out of the best, ultimately, out of everybody. It brings good fundamental Halos. You cannot make mistakes, Louis V.
Absolutely. We're nearly 3 minutes into this. It is still 0-0. Neptune pushing out, trying to keep that one flag pool alive, but unable to do so. He gets stranded. He's going to be taken out. We're going to go ahead and jump on board with him now as we are sure that he's alive. And yeah, he's over here in Snipe Yard. He's making his way to the enemy's car, and he's already putting in shots as he's doing it, you know. Kind of a stalemate so far. Definitely a chance for a pull, but nothing really came of it other than a little bit of an overextension. And so 0-0 right now, past the 3-minute mark in this game.
Absolutely, and I love the position he has right now over here on this car side, watching the rocks. He knows there's gonna be two major spawn points. It's gonna be a rock side of the map or a sniper side of the map. This game is played pretty similar all over the course of many Halos, including Halo 5. Again, you have the main spawns being rocks and courtyard or sniper side of things, with a backup spawn being in flag. But either way, let me tell you, if a team has control of that ring and has control of that 50 point of the map, they are going to rain down the pressure off your spawns. This is a map that's very punishing, so when you go 2 or 3 down, ultimately you're gonna get a lot of pressure put on you, and it's gonna test how good you and your team can fight off of spawns, how well your strats are, and how well you can play together to fight off of that spawn and get a more advantageous position.
Yeah, and if I may, I think we're gonna go ahead and jump in with Gilkey here, and we're gonna take a listen in. I can hear the comms. Things are sounding like they're getting pretty serious, and my man's got rockets pushing in to the enemy snipe HUD. So let's take a listen in.
Absolutely.
Randa, get that snipe. Watch the side rock, watch the rock ramp. Court no shield, trippy. Got him. Nice shot, two down. Rock still. The rock ramp? The rock. I got rocket. 3 down. Watch out the bond. 3 down. Watch out, court. Watch out the pillars, I'm coming. You under jump, I'm coming down. To the hut, wait till the rockets. I won their hut, I killed one. Our car right now. He's a car. I'm on an 80, you fuck. My fault, dude. I'm fucking ring 2. I got him. The car. You dead. Nice shot, dude. No one rush, probably.
Flag reset.
The street.
They're court. They're PC.
They're bond. To the pillars.
They're bond.
Their pillars maybe going our jump. I got their street going our jump maybe?
I'm watching ring 3.
He's going our jump. He's walking our jump.
Air jump bound. You're gonna get me. Fuck. They're hut.
He's PC, no, so the ring 3.
They're
hut
also.
I'll jump one. Here, one shot jump.
Ring 3.
Back down to the court with snipe.
Ring.
Ring one.
Yeah, 2 snipes. Our street are now.
Watch out their jump up.
They're PC.
All right, we are back now. Definitely interesting gameplay right here. We're 5 minutes now into this game. It's 0-0. We're still on board with Gilkey. As someone just pulled their flag, it's Neptune. Neptune is weak. We're gonna switch over to him. He's still making his way through rocks, able to get the flag into the river. Nice little bounce right there that helps propel the flag forward a little further, so he can just sprint just a little further. Not sprint, but walk fast, because that's what you do in these classic Halo games. He's got the flag underneath turret, pushing it into their base. It looks like this is gonna be a flag cap. He's gonna not. He's just for a little extra protection. He's gonna hit the water and start the waterworks and stay alive. 1-0.
I think it's a very interesting aspect of this map and whatnot, and I think it looks absolutely incredible, dropping the waterfall down like that. And I love the fact he was running with the pistol. Like that was kind of Halo 5-esque, if you ask me. I'm still on board with Trippy right now. He's putting some great shots across the map. My gosh, I love the fact that it seems like Trippy just doesn't miss. How does he do that, Louis V? He just doesn't miss.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think if I knew, then I'd be playing. I wouldn't be standing right here. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the Stainers. We got Gilkey and we got our man right here with picking up a sniper rifle. Forgive me, I forget who we're on here. This is Gilkey and Randa. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. He's got the sniper. He's looking for some spawners. He's got Bound in his sights. Bound, I wish you were streaming, because I would really love to see your point of view against these pro players. But nevertheless, he's able to take out Randa right there, no problem. But he does fall. Still 1-0 in favor of the Phenoms. But by no means do I think that the Stainers are out of this.
And that's one thing about H2A, is that ultimately it's one of those games. It's one of those games that it's simplistic, if you will. You have shoot, jump, strafe, and I guess crouch and whatnot, and power weapons. But it's so straightforward, it almost makes it so hard to master. It's almost like those simplistic games are the most hard. It's almost like I guess Pac-Man. Pac-Man at the end of the day is so simple, but it is so hard to actually beat the entire game, and that's what this game offers. When everybody's on the same playing field, so everybody has a great shot. Everybody can use the rockets, they can use the sniper in this game. But now this is where the teamwork comes in, and how well you can be aware of every situation, as Yuki was that huge double kill fight right on the ring 3, and now is gaining full ring control as he works his way over towards Goofy to work on 1-2 on this bandit flag. This might be dangerous if you are Phenoms squad fan, excuse me.
Yeah, absolutely. Gilkey, putting in a lot of work right there. Unfortunately, though, they did have the flag past the 50-yard line. They had an opportunity there to maybe get a push on it, but, clearly, they elected to stay alive and to let that flag cap go. Little unfortunate, judging by the fact that it was nearly 75% of the way there. But that's okay, because our man Gilkey is literally still alive from that same play and just doing his thing right here on wall.
Yeah, and that's what you can do. I think H2A really, like for example, I'm considered more of a support player, and let me tell you, I think H2A really caters to the support players. We're able to stay alive, put some great shots down to be as effective as possible, both at long range, mid range, and ultimately, the more we stay alive and the more we help our teammates out, the better the team's gonna be. It may not show up on the stat sheet, but every life does count.
Absolutely. We're on board with Trippy right now. He's got nades and stuff blowing up in front of him, but he's not going to get hurt at all. And actually, he's making his way into the enemy base. He's got a shotgun. He's got Ronda one shot. Ronda is going to go down, and now he has the opportunity to escort his teammate as they're going to go ahead and pull this flag.
My man Trippy is tripping, putting the shotty to the body. I really like that as he puts shots on Gilkey cross map. I like the position chats here. He's using the waterfall for the cover, putting some great shots on either the players that are trying to overextend. He didn't get any kills there, but I'm sure he's probably calling them out, and they're gonna get picked up as they try to OE and watch those as his teammates watch the flank. And there you have it, another flag score right there. And again, great job by Trippy being on their flag and putting shots on people that overextending and making those important calls. That's what you want a teammate to do. He's not playing for the stats, he's playing for the win.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch over to Neptune now. Neptune, I feel, is doing a lot of the hard work here. It's 2-0 in favor of the Phenoms at this moment. Stainers right now, they're down, and kind of got, they got two players on their side of the base. Things have to, feel not very good at the moment.
Absolutely. And in the chat, you got Smokey Dig saying, well, we already finished our round 3. How did you do, Smokey Dig?
Yes.
You're one of my favorites, let me tell you.
Yeah, let us know. And how are y'all doing overall? Are y'all 3-0, or what's y'all's record at the moment?
Man, they already won the tournament. It's a smoke show, bro. 2-0 lead in favor of the blue team, and now you're seeing that flag being run over almost uncontested by this player by Neptune. Neptune's running this flag faster than Common. Let me tell you something real quick. He's not gotten touched since he started running this flag. Hold on. That's it.
A little bit of a fumble. That's a 3-0 victory in favor of Phenoms. Stainers going down pretty hard right there, but this is only game 1, and I'm going to play one more time the series outlook just so we can get a refresher of what we're going to be playing next. But man, great, work right there out of Phenoms. I like what I'm seeing out of them.
Absolutely. And as far as the score, I'm sorry, I just want to switch over to the series outlook.
Right, we're just taking a quick look. It's down at the bottom on the ticker.
Cool.
Game 2, once again, it's going to be Slayer Warlord. Game 3, Oddball Lockdown. Game 4, Bomb Shrine. And then Game 5 will be Slayer Warlord once again for the second time in this series. So yeah, we just saw Phenoms go up 1-0 in this match. Trippy and our boy Neptune here, putting in the work and getting this, 3-0 victory over Stainers.
Absolutely, yeah, that was incredible right there. And now, was that? It is a best of 5, so obviously they have to win 3-0, correct?
Right. I'm curious how the Swiss works. I guess it's best of 5. So that's what Smokey the Dig is saying. So yeah, if you win 3-0, then that's the end of the series. So three victories to claim the series, and so it's not necessary to play all 5 games. Tony, do you think that we're going to see a game 4 in this series, or do you think Phenoms are just gonna wipe the slate clean?
it's hard for me to sit there and say that the likes of these top level players such as Goofy, Demon D, Randa, Gyoki are gonna get swept. But let me tell you, I mean, when I saw this team together, they instantly became one of my favorites. Bound, believe it or not, is a great individual and an even better player. Same thing with Neptune, Pistola, and they're just on another level. And that's nothing to say. That's nothing against this blue team squad. Obviously, they are veterans. They are fantastic, but these guys are young and they're hungry and they have the skill to match. As we just watch a huge double kill out of out of your man Neptune right there. He's going for the triple. Goofy not gonna get that triple.
Yeah, I appreciate the follow there, Kyle. I really do. It's 5-1 right now in favor of Phenoms. Definitely not a hot start out of our you know, Halo 3 favorites with Gilkey, Goofy, and them. You know, I honestly got to say that for Halo 3, they're probably my favorite team, or favorite kind of, you know, that little nucleus that sticks, right? No matter what team name they may be playing under, you know, they stick together, and I love that type of mentality as when it comes to competition. But unfortunately, right now it's 9-3 in favor of Phenoms.
Man, I remember back in the day watching that Believe the Hype squad with Demon D on it. It was such a shame that him and Break got into that argument, and it even happened on stream too. And after that, they ended up separating. But him and Break did some absolute crazy things for Believe the Hype, and it's kind of interesting what we would have saw. I mean, the fact that they were winning grand championships together and ended up breaking up over honestly something so silly. But either way, looks like we're on board with this red team squad right here. This actually would be Randa, who has the laser. Hold on. There's a sentinel beam. There we go. I got a couple shots in the melee here. When the possible is not working, sometimes you got to go to the impossible and pick up a sentinel beam.
Absolutely, it's there bottom mid, and it is very overwhelming if you got that bright laser in your face. But nevertheless, as soon as you shoot it, everybody on the map knows exactly where you are. So usually they're not very long-lived, especially in these pro lobbies. But nevertheless, we got Pistola down in Needles. Looks like he's gonna fall. Actually, no, he's gonna get the kill on Randa. Randa gets the kill on Bound. It's 21-11 in favor of Phenoms right now. And you know, if you're Stainers, this is really the time that you got to turn it around, or at the very least start to show some pushback. That way that you can go into game 3 with a little bit of hope.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's 24-14 right now. Huge in favor of this blue team squad. They're playing absolutely incredible. One thing I'm noticing about this map, I feel like back in Halo 2, I feel like it was not viable to be on the bottom portion of the map. I could be wrong, possibly, but I feel like most of the gunfights end up on the top portion. But now there's like all these crazy jumps so you can get from bottom to top, from bottom to top, and I see a lot of different angles you can catch from the bottom of the map. And obviously, everybody's shot is so good that, you know what, it seems like this. It's becoming less of controlling the top side of things and more of keeping one person on top and 2 or 3 flanking. It's very interesting to see the evolution of this map from back when Halo 2 all the way to Halo 2 Anniversary 28-21 lead in favor of the blue team. And while I was going on my giant soliloquy, we are seeing a little bit of a comeback and a little bit of life out of this red team squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's funny that you mentioned controlling the game, because right now it definitely seems that you know, Phenoms was doing a good job of that, but I feel like it's starting to slip away just a little bit. Nevertheless, though, it is a 4-point game right now. Definitely Stainers right now starting to make their presence felt. Let's go ahead and take a listen in with the Stainers. That way we can figure out what is going through their mind.
Watch it. Trick 2 bottom red, 2 bottom red as well. Yo, yellow flag, he's a shot of yellow nade's weak, He's going yellow med.
Hey, I'm the bottom mid.
Red flag, I'm gonna red flag off.
Bottom mid still.
Red flag that night.
Green shotty. Blue shotty.
Top middle as well. Come on, spawn. Yo, green ramp, green med.
Blue ramp. One's bottom center.
Bottom middle, I think one's bottom middle.
I'm dead.
Renews or some shit.
Good shit.
I'm in above you, Faisal. He's dropping.
He's dropping. He's weak on the shotty. He's down the needles, weak on needles.
Blue.
Blue med.
Yo, y'all.
Red shotty.
Bottom mid.
Red nades.
Top middle, Ola.
Red flag.
Yo, red helper, blue helper.
Yellow flag.
Yellow nades.
Yo, blue ramp.
Yellow nades is weak.
Yellow flag.
Watch out, I got him.
Top green break.
Yellow flag's weak.
Green break.
Definitely interesting stuff here. Phenoms are still in the lead right now. It's a 6-point game in favor of Phenoms, 44-38. Make that 45, and you know, time is ticking for the Stainers. We got Trippy looking at his sensitivity, so you know, maybe not the most dire situation if you're Phenoms, but they want to close out strong. 48-39 now. They only need 2 more kills. Trippy throwing some nades, getting an assist. They only need 1 more. It looks like Bound sees somebody, and then of course Bound gonna finish that off. That's a 10-point victory for Phenom and a 2-0 series lead over the Stainers.
Yeah, I mean that's a handsome win off of the blue team right there, and I mean pretty handsome player and Trippy right there. I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. You have Pistola dropping 20 kills, only 7 deaths, a positive 13 spread, not even including assists. Louis, right behind him is Bound dropping 12 kills, only 12 deaths and 10 assists. Didn't get to see the rest of that because he's switching off for that. But either way, a great 3-0 for this Phenom squad, and I mean they're playing phenomenal, if you will, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And since absolutely, and definitely, you know, Neptune's hanging out here on the stat page, so we got another glimpse into this. Neptune going +1. It looks like Trippy going -4, but dropping 11 assists. And then of course we got I Got Your Pistola here, dropping 20 kills and only 7 deaths. That's a +13 swing, and that's definitely gonna, you know, help get his team over the hump and that 2-0 series lead right now.
My gosh, H just lockdown ball. Let me tell you, this is one of the game types that I don't. If you're not a top team and doing top team like things, I don't think this is gonna be your favorite game type. This map and this game type will punish you for not playing correctly. I have seen so many 200-0 situations. I have seen so many teams not even crack double digits because ultimately they're just simply not on the same level. And I almost like to say that every game of H2A is like an any given Sunday kind of thing. You could win at any given point, but I don't know, man. Ball lockdown is tough. If you are not the better team, you're simply just not going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 0-0 right now. Looks like Phenom's really making a push through bottom mid at the moment. We got 1 player from the red team making it up to S3, and so this is interesting. You know, nobody touches the ball at least until, you know, there's a good amount of players down so they can grab the ball, you know, successfully. You know, not like that what Neptune just did, jumped out front, you know, top mid and then gets, you know, blasted immediately. But meanwhile, Bound's got, you know, a sniper rifle in his sights. It looks like he's going to be able to pick that up. I wish we had his point of view, but we don't. That's okay though, because we're on board with Neptune still, and they finally got the ball in their hands, and the time is ticking in favor of Phenoms.
Yeah, they're doing the best they can to control this Blue Room BR tower setup is the best in the business. Let me tell you, it is absolutely incredible. It is punishing, and it's so hard to break if you're not on the same level as these teams and as other players. But either way, really good players on both sides of things. 14-0 lead in favor of the blue team right now, and Trippy has a sniper in hands. Woo, I want to see something here, Louis. I want to see something.
Absolutely, he's got a chance to stop the ball from getting thrown off, but not able to do so. He's still got the sniper in his hands. Oh, barely misses an enemy. Gonna land a quick no scope though. Oh, but he didn't see him jump up. It's Goofy with the plays and the movement right now. Look at him making his way like he's in a treehouse or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely not an orthodox skater. He's definitely a goofy stance skater right there. And you saw him do some goofy things jumping up on that ledge, almost Halo 5 like with the looking like a clamber play right there. Finally, ball in the hands of Trippy right here, gonna work this blue side of things. Oh, here comes Loading.
Yeah, it looks like Trippy's stream gonna choke up for a moment, but that's okay. We'll let him catch up. Meanwhile, we got Neptune S3 putting down shots on blue, gonna get that headshot and the kill on Demon D. 30-point lead right now for Phenoms, but of course this is ball that can change in the matter of 30 seconds.
Dude, how did Neptune win that battle against Gilkey right there? I was watching that screen. He was definitely down about a shot or two, and so jumping up on that wall and putting some crisp shots down. Neptune is probably one of the best young talents in this game, probably next to Bound. I wish we could, like you said, like you alluded to earlier, I wish we could watch his gameplay, but let me tell you, Neptune is just as good. Looks like now we're on board with Randa and Gilkey right now. Gonna see who makes a play. Randa trying to make a play right there, but Everybody die. Everybody die.
Yep. Meanwhile, though, we got Gilkey BR3 putting down shots on elbow. They know that that they got the ball right here on S3. They're gonna move it into library, try to get the ball on their side of the map where they want it. Definitely doing a good job doing so because they were able to stay alive, and they're continuing to add points to their total.
Great cross map shots by Gilkey right there, and then catches Trippy with his pants down. Trippy getting a good flank, but that should have probably checked that BR side of things. Now going to let the challenge this player on BR. Basically going to feel the pressure going at it. Sees the player going towards top mid. Gilkey is aware of everything going on this map at all times.
Absolutely. You saw him preemptively look at S3 and bam, 2 players walk right up it. But nevertheless, he is going to fall. That's Demon D playing ball. We got a 2-point game here all of a sudden. I'm going to go to the quad view so we can figure out who we want to watch here. It looks like Neptune has a sniper rifle. We're going to jump on real quick with him, but as soon as I do that, he's going to fall. Pistola picks up the cursed sniper rifle, also going to fall. Now it looks like Trippy's making his way back in there, and Neptune spawns in library right there with him. Rhonda, unfortunately, getting spawned on and then getting naded out of that hole. Unfortunately, unable to get out of that situation alive.
Absolutely. Now we're seeing the red team finally show some life here in their 45-32 lead. But I will say having the sniper over on BR side of things is pretty darn dangerous. You can see so many angles from here. So if you're trying to control the ball on snipe side of things, you got to really watch that angles. Bam! You might get taken out by Neptune. And let me tell you, Neptune barely missed his sniper shots as he tried to prepare for that library spawn. Doesn't get it right there. Still controlling BR tower almost single-handed right there as he elects to challenge Demon D with the assistance of a player from across the map.
Yeah, I gotta say that I'm impressed. Like, he knew, where he had to stand, what he had to do to make, somebody spawn in a certain spot, and then he was ready for it. Great stuff out of a player as young as Neptune, because I assume that he was hardly old enough to play professionally whenever H2A was out. But nevertheless, that is a 12-point lead in favor of Phenoms. We saw Stainers get back into it and take the lead for a moment, but just like that, Phenoms back in the lead right now, and they lead the series 2-0. Stainers right now, with their backs against the wall, they need to step up and win this game. Otherwise, they're falling, and I don't think they advance to the Pro Series. Is that right? Only one team goes.
To be honest, I have no clue. I definitely had to do my research here and find the exact logistics. I've been hearing kind of back and forward, and they kind of switched things last minute to this whole pool play system. It was single elimination at one point in time, and I guess enough people maybe complained or didn't like it to the point where 343 was listening and decided to change things up and switch things up. Which, by the way, as much as we beat up on 343 all the time, let's give them credit for that. They listened to the players. They heard that nobody wants to get, bracket F'd, if you will. So they decided to switch things up from a single elimination bracket to this pool play side of things. Blue team was just momentarily down. 4 down. That's going to put a lot of points here for our red team squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to take a listen in right now with Phenoms. I want to see how they try to close this out. So let's take a listen in and get a glimpse into that strategy.
Nice, dead. Bottom middle, that's one, last guy. That's one.
Ah, fuck. Challenge him with sword.
Spawning open probably, Travis. Could be open or bottom blue. Open or bottom blue.
BR2, behind you, Joey. He's library. Drop below you, he's in library. Demon D.
Yeah, sword if you want to take ball here.
I don't know where he went. I don't know where library went.
Your sniper's up, I got sniper.
It could be bottom middle, guys. It could be bottom middle, guys.
Demons, one shot BR1.
I got my S2 weak, Miranda.
S2 still.
I'm pushing with you guys.
Fucking, there's so many weapons.
Yo, trippy.
Go close on me? Fuck, I might die.
I killed him.
Open ramp.
Top blue and open.
Top blue and open.
Tom and Goofy, going S2.
Shot S2. BR2 as well. BR2 demon. Kind of weak. Shot BR2. You play the ball if you have to.
He's S2. And that's one.
Top blue super weak.
Yeah, I'm breaking. I'm throwing the ball.
S1, S2.
Alright, get BR3. Nice.
Tom and Goofy.
I can't.
He's S2. He's S1. S1 Goofy.
Top blue really weak, Randa. Right side.
I got Goofy.
Go for ball.
I have a god nade with you.
Any help, guys? I might die.
We're dead.
It might be library. They could be library.
Yo, go
sniper. This is fucked, bro.
We're library. Watch bottom mid.
I need help, guys.
I can watch your bottom mid. I spawn this one and spawn
mid right now. And then one top middle. And top blue right now.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna hide here.
Bottom mid weak. One shot, one mid.
Might die.
There might be another BR.
Bottom mid.
S2 bottom mid. We're good.
Three dead.
Oh shit, don't go ball.
One day close. Library right now.
Dude, snipes up. I spawned here. Are they going top mid or no?
B3 in library.
Let's go B3.
S2, 2 at B.
2v3. One's
Push it up. Push it up. They know I'm pushing.
Oh,
Library's weak, guys.
Yo, I got back.
I got one.
Bitch, I'm across the map.
Top center. He's
B3 in top middle.
bringing a library again. He brought the ball to library.
Yeah, and that's true now. That's one B.
Oh, he was shot my nade. That's 3 full shield.
Yeah,
Bottom middle, Randa.
Yeah, just keep pushing. Yeah, we need to coach.
Watch out, bottom fucking mid, dude.
Oh, I got there.
Watch out, open ramp.
Be there. On the mid right now. And
Bottom mid to S1.
There's snipe.
That's one. He's running away. Try to snipe, dude. We can't. Like, somebody come up, bro.
You gotta clear that snipe. There you go. Snipe and go across top mid.
S3, yeah, S3 right now.
Open ramp, no shields.
Ball thrown.
Get all lockout.
Open ramp still there.
Open ramp's back down. We're good.
S3.
Still sniping B2. We're looking across. And B3 right now. On that side.
S3's clear.
That snipe's somewhere, dude. Alright.
I got one.
I'm pushing.
I'm going.
There. One shot. I mean, how's it in the bag?
Really weak close ramp with ball.
Got my die probably.
S2.
Twist play. So now we gotta sit here and wait for phones at all, bro. Oh, we'd have snipe, but then like we go elbow to blue and bottom mid and to the top mid. We'd control the top. I'm getting fucking shit.
All right, there we go. That's a 3-0 sweep in favor of Phenoms. That's trippy. I got your Pistola, Neptune, and Bound. Are we surprised at all? And once again, joining us, Nighty Night. Are you surprised to get a 3-0 sweep?
Dude, not at all. This team is going to go the distance. I think if they put more time in and stick together, that they're ultimately going to be at the top of the pro. You know, the Swiss format, if they're doing, actually, I don't think they're doing Swiss format. Maybe they're doing Swiss format. I don't know. But if they're, you know, putting in the time and the effort, they're going to be just as good in the pro tournament. Bound with his 29-11 performance, showing that he is the super slayer on this squad. I mean, we've seen it, we've been talking about it, and now it's starting to happen. Bound is really proving that he belongs here, that the hype is real, and, you know, he hasn't earned his wings just yet. Obviously, winning this tournament is a huge stepping stone. Teaming with Pistola is the ultimate, but what it comes down to is, can he perform when he's faced against people at his